Amsterdam's a city brimming with artists, so we found one and put the Apple Pencil and iPad Pro to the test.
I just realized I had a phone call with my colleague. You can hear everything, of course. I was quite interested in how the concept works because I'm a bit skeptical, actually, to be honest. Because I'm used to working with paper, and paper for me really breathes. So if you put your charcoal on it, it really comes to life. You have the depth. So I'm really interested how it works, and if I can see the difference with the pressing on the iPad, if there's a difference in the depth of the lines I will make. So yeah, looking forward. Actually, quite interested. I usually use crayons, just crayons, and then a variety in different strengths. So going from 7B to all the H ranges. And normally for the subtle touches, I use a 6H pencil, which is really soft. You can really arch the lines really softly. So mostly just crayons from charcoal. I tried color a few times, but that's really a lot of work. And I think it's more realistic to work in black and white always. Because skin color, it's really tough, unless I try oil painting. But for me, I always stick with my guns with my black and white pencils. Yeah. My name is Enrique Cortez. I'm half Spanish, half Dutch. My parents met each other 40 years ago in Spain on a nice beach. My dad was so in love with my mom that he decided to go to the Netherlands. I grew up here. I wasn't raised bilingual, but I speak a bit of Spanish. I always wanted to be a comic, how do you call striptekenaar? Drawer? Artist? I always wanted to be a comic book artist. I was drawing my own cartoons when I was younger, and I was also a big fan of Michael Jackson when I was younger. So I draw every single he brought out in the good old 80s when the whole world was into Americanization. Every video clip I was drawing him. And from then on, I always was fascinated by drawing and was constantly drawing. And then one day, my aunt said, "Hey, do you want to make a portrait of your uncle? He's about to turn 50. It would be nice to have a portrait of his children." And I said, "Yeah, let's give it a try." And I tried it, and it actually turned out to be quite okay in it. And she gave me 100 florins at the time. So I started, hey, wait, I can make money out of this. And from there on, I started to be a portrait drawer. And since I always had a fascination for movies, it started from portraits to going to storyboards, from storyboards into comic characters. And from there on, it grew. And from there on, actually, at a certain moment in time, I decided not to continue the drawing because I was in the agency world. I saw at a certain moment, at 1998, around that time, that the love and the passion of design on paper, drawn with a pencil, it was at that time not a hot topic anymore because we had the digital age and agencies were more reluctant to use a quick digital sketch, because it's easier to send as a JPEG on mail. So I thought, nah, this is not going to be my bread and butter in the long run. So I have to find another way to be creative. So I started to study communications, and from there on I came into the agency world. And I didn't give up on drawing because I always love to do it. And as soon as there's an opportunity within one of my jobs to draw something, I'm the first to climb the pencil. But it still is my passion. I love to do it. I love to make people happy. I love to make people draw people, make funny sketches.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can get started.
I'm very chatty. Yeah.
Okay.
You
have a good story.
You are using the Adobe Sketch app for the first time, basically,
Yeah.
and you can do your thing.
Okay. You
Feel
can.
free to talk us through
Okay.
your experience.
The interface is quite clean in the way it's sober. So that's actually, it encourages to be creative. Let's see, what does this button do? Okay, you can increase the size here. Flow. What is the flow? Ah, okay, you can move it around. Okay, that's... I don't really... Okay, flow is just the thickness of the lines that you can draw. Okay. It's funny how this works. But I want to erase it. Just try the eraser. Oh, this I like. This I really like. Okay, that's one of the benefits you have compared to when you're drawing with on paper. You can make crucial mistakes. If you have a crucial line and you have to use the eraser always leaves a mark. And that's actually one of the benefits of using these tools. I have to start drawing with it first, but crucial mistakes can be erased within a second. So that's quite interesting. I'll start drawing. Since I'm a portrait drawer, I'll stick to my guns and try to draw an eye. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. What I already like about this, I see something that I also have the tendency with doing a normal portrait on paper, is that you wipe when you draw certain lines, or you're already done with, for instance, the hair. If this is a hairpiece and you draw the other lines like this, you have the tendency to wipe and make the painting or the drawing more dirty, because you're going to wipe those lines. And that's why I always work with a blank paper in between. So you also have to always have to cover up your drawing, and that seems to be not the issue here. So that's also another benefit. So that's two benefits already. Yeah. It's funny how this works. It's really also very sensitive how hard you press the pencil on it. It's actually weird, because normally on an iPad you don't experience that. That's how it feels like drawing actually on a real paper. Yeah, you can really subtly draw the lines, and as soon as you press harder, it's actually pretty cool. Okay, backwards is one step back. That's so far up. And back to the drawing. It's actually quite intuitive, to be honest. I just Try that. Also pretty cool how it seamlessly just piles out the strokes I do with the pencil. It feels like drawing in real life. Like I'm actually using a real crayon. The other thing I do miss actually is really the sound of the charcoal being rubbed into the paper. That's the only sound you really miss. Right now it feels a little bit, how do you call it? Artificial? Artificial is maybe the word I'm looking for, but
Less natural.
less natural, yeah. Really less natural. But yeah, if the result looks natural, pretty cool. Okay, let's see if I can put some harder lines in it.
Okay, I'm just gonna let him sit there for a while and record from all angles, so
Cool. Actually, really.
you just kind of burn
Oh, cool.
through some stuff.
Yeah. If you put this pencil more, oh, cool. This is really cool. If you put it more on the side, you can get that's pretty nice. I'll just make a little bit of a palette here for me to see what I can do with it. How do you use it in here? Probably have to use a smaller dot. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Directly add some realism to it. That'll work. Yeah, this is cool. This is pretty. Oh. Okay, adjust the dot size here. So. No, I just want to keep that one. Okay.
Maybe nice when you can, when you're trying something new, to say what it does, what it allows you to do, that maybe...
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. This button here is... I was actually surprised how it works. Actually, to be honest, I was actually...
I think that's what interesting in it is.
Yeah.
Those first impressions that you don't expect towards what you're comparing to.
Okay, I'll erase these parts then and then pretend to be really excited about it. Okay, I'll erase this. Okay, I'll start being surprised. Okay, so here I can make a whole range of how the pressure is just for me to see what it does. And let's see if I do it. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. You actually can leave. This is really, really cool. I wanted to create like a plasticity, so you can have shapes around it like this. So you can make something round and make it come more to life, like more 3D. And with a pencil like this is really great. You can really give the impression that something is not flat, but really round. This is pretty, okay, I was surprised about this. This is really cool because you can really work with shadows then, and okay, this opens a whole new box of possibilities then. It's really spot on. I'm just discovering it, so if I give me half a day and then... But I can keep this iPad, right? That was the whole deal, right? Okay, cool. tof. So it's a misty night in San Francisco. Yeah, awesome.
Now,
But I was busy with the eye, so I'll continue with the eye.
yeah. Now I'm gonna leave it for a little while.
Yeah, I'll just start finishing the eye then here. Let's see if I really. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's really it all points it out by itself. You just easy to find. Let's see how I'm already using it like a regular paper. I'm switching. What I always do is switch the paper left, right, so I feel probably pretty much at home with this piece of material. Oh, cool. You can also really zoom in just to get the details right. That's actually pretty handy. Can actually make a nice drawing. Okay, let's see. Just get it a bit sharper. So, it doesn't go lower than 1.5. Okay, that's this. Okay, wow, so that's something, an upside you don't have in a regular drawing, to zoom in like this and then really get into the small details. That's actually super handy, because sometimes when you're in a drawing, you're sometimes stuck at a certain point. And with this tool, you can really get down and correct in a really small scale. So you can actually get, what I'm doing right now is trying to create a glinster, reflection in the eye. And normally on paper, this is one of the most crucial parts. You only do it when you're ready with an eraser, so you get the cleanest cutout in the drawing. And here you can do it over and over again, just until you get the right one. And on paper, you only get one try. Is it okay that I move the iPad left and right?
Yeah.
Because I can imagine with the camera angles. Yeah?
There's enough cameras around you.
That's actually true. Yeah. Let's see if I zoom out. It's also pretty cool. You can really see if it's realistic. It's realistic, yes or no. Right now, I think the eye's not realistic yet. So. I'm gonna zoom.
Got about 15 more minutes probably.
Okay, then I have to step up the game. I'm gonna use this tool. Let's see the eraser. You can slow the size. Oh. Okay, didn't leave a permanent mark. So it's smaller. Doesn't erase that much right now, so I have to get the hang of this a bit. This is not really clear for me right now. Okay, so it's really gently. I used Wacom tablets before, and the thing with Wacom is that I didn't really like is that you're actually drawing like this, but you're not looking at your pencil. And looking at your pencil for me, yeah, I just like to see what I'm doing, and with a Wacom, you're just looking at the screen. And there's too much toggling between the screen. If you want to zoom in, you can do it with the pencil, but it's just a trick. And I like the Wacom, but it didn't come close to real drawing. And that's what I'm doing right now with this. I feel like it's way closer to drawing. I have to get the hang of it first, but if I would get the hang of it, then it would really just could replace it probably. It comes so close because it feels like I'm actually drawing with a real pencil on your iPad. And I'm not getting in trouble, that's also great, but the Wacom for me is a completely different experience. It's a different league. The Wacom for me also, I use it as a tool to finish an already existing drawing. So what I did is made a real drawing on paper, and that drawing I would scan in, send it to my computer, and then work it out with the Wacom. So the Wacom for me is more like like After Effects actually, to give it really color and really give it a really cutting edge. So yeah, that's the difference for me with Wacom and this. I want to. Okay, here you. But it's still, I have to be honest, if I would have had a real pencil right now, I would have been more, because it's a steep learning, no, it's not really steep learning curve, it's quite intuitive, but to get the result I want, it takes a little bit longer with this. So I guess practice makes perfect. No, not really what I wanted. This for me is one of the coolest things I'm just covering right now. That you can really just gently arch the lines. Oh. Then have to be continuous. Consistent, I mean. But I'm discovering also that I'm actually, while learning, I just erase a lot to improve it. And that's actually what you, sometimes hard in a real drawing, is you cannot go back. And here I can constantly go back and actually discover new options in the drawing. So the margin of error is relatively, you can redeem it quite a lot, because you can just go back and forth just as long as you get the desired effect. That's definitely a let's see how I do this. Can I make something out of this too? So, let's see if I can use this. I have to zoom in more. Change the, doesn't go smaller than this. And flow. What I'm doing right now is I'm zooming in and trying to make the eye less black and white, but try to create some depth in it. Oh, you can also use your fingers for it. It's also. I guess with this tool, this pencil, I think really practice makes perfect. So you really need to have certain rounds on it, work with it, play with it, so it becomes a second nature, and then you're really capable of making just amazing drawings. Did I exceed my word count?
The GoPro is over.
No, it's definitely not one of my best eyes I've ever drawn. Actually, struggling to get it realistic, to be honest.
The bridge? Or the demon? I can't hear you.
That's the thing I'm actually getting a bit frustrated about it. I'm putting a lot of strokes in to get a realistic eye, and probably it's
We should probably get the outside shot before the sun goes. I was hoping for those clouds to light up a bit, but they're not.
they're actually increasing, right? I feel warm. I think that's because I'm excited to work with it, but I have to be honest, I have to really get used to it, working with it. I think my first eye was better than this one.
Okay, let's present what you've got so far. Can you zoom it in all the way?
I'm not really proud of showing it.
But it's your first time using a new tool. It's pretty decent for what it is, and we limited you to 45 minutes.
So maybe it does challenge me to think in a different way and utilizing the tool in a different way, and that's because you're so common to a certain method of drawing that you really have to. It's quite self-explanatory, but still it challenges you to use it in a different way, put your strokes in a different way. But what I discovered right now is that I'm really looking for a way to draw something I really am familiar with. I draw thousands of eyes, I draw thousands of portraits, but right now I'm still looking for the right touch, and I put thousands of touches and strokes with the pencil already to get a realistic eye, and I don't know. Probably more practice.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and look at me now and just give me your final thoughts.
Like Jerry Springer.
Please. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Jerry Springer before.
Okay, that's probably the weird I've seen it in the Netherlands.
Thankfully.
My final thoughts on the product, on the pencil. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at what it does and how deep you can go and how broad the creativity can go, and the sensitivity. Also the sensitivity that you can stroke it, you can put hard strokes on it, you can brush on it, and that it directly translates on the iPad screen. That I really like. I think it's actually a matter of time to really master it. When you really master how to use and utilize the tool, then I think I could get pretty good at it, and actually probably start making my first portrait, digital portrait. That would actually be something new and actually quite exciting, to be honest. What I didn't like is that it still feels like an artificial way, but yeah, hey, we're in the new era. But yeah, people have been painting with pencils on paper, on towels, and on skin for I don't know how long. But the tapping part that you hear, the tapping constantly, does remind you that you're really doing something else than really drawing. But overall, I would rate it as an 8. If I could bring a rating, but hereby it's the Cortez ratings. I would give it an 8 because it's quite interesting in the potential. I can imagine with oil, because you have an oil tool here as well, of aquarelle. It really looks awesome. You can really create some different things. And normally when you're not familiar with aquarelle, you won't start with it because you have to buy all this equipment. And right now it's just one button press away. And that's something it allows you to experiment and go beyond your comfort zone. So that's quite interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Anything
Cool. I'm actually very happy to get this experience. Happy to help out and.
Are you considering getting one?
It's on my Christmas gift. It's Christmas list. Yeah. Never hurts. I tried many of these things like the Wacom, and I always buy it with a lot of anticipation, and then it ends up being something that I occasionally use. Because this thing is really way more friendly. You just have your pencil with you and you just start drawing in the airplane or sketching on the couch. This is more easier to step in. That's what I feel it is.
Closer to the real thing.
Closer. And it's actually more easy because you don't have to bring your whole portfolio folder with you. You just have it digitally already here, and you can just continue whenever you want. This is a bigger iPad, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. It fits almost twice the size. Yeah. That's actually pretty neat. Although you can zoom in and zoom out on this iPad, it actually gives you it feels less clunky. I think if I would draw on this, you already be on the borders and you feel like you're confined. And my feeling of working here, I really had the feeling I had a desk, a proper piece of paper, to use and to experience and go creative and explore it. The size is actually quite impressive. Also the resolution also.